Yes, please. So around this time, 24 hours ago, we got the official news from the CW that Tyler Hoechlin will be returning to the Arrowverse for the upcoming crossover, and he will be reprising his role as Kal-El, otherwise known as Clark Kent, or otherwise known, of course, as Superman. And this has got many of us to be very excited about this crossover and what we could be seeing, especially just because, and quite exclusively, because of the inclusion of Superman. It's really opened up this crossover to a lot more possibility and to a lot more excitement to what I initially believe was already there and already set for this crossover. So you'll remember Tyler Hoechlin's version of Superman. He was in 3 episodes of Supergirl Season 2. He was in Episode 1 and 2, and he also returned in the season finale. And he didn't show up in Season 3 at all. And this made me wonder, are we ever going to see him again? And if so, to what capacity? And I thought, yeah, he'll probably show up on Supergirl once again. You know, we'll probably see him maybe a couple more times over that show's run. I never thought we would see him in the crossover. I never thought we would see him interact with the other characters in the Arrowverse, and that is what we're getting. And I think this is the best news we could have possibly received about this crossover. So now, not only are we getting Gotham City introduced, not only are we getting Kate Kane's Batwoman introduced, but we're also getting Superman introduced to other characters in the Arrowverse. This is such an interesting choice, and I've been a bit down on the crossover this year. I've been a bit iffy about it just because the Legends aren't a part of it, which I think is a massive missed opportunity, and also just in terms of like them going smaller, which I guess is the only way they could go, but you know, it doesn't seem like they're hyping it up as much. And also the casting for Batwoman, obviously I'm not a big fan of, but this is the thing I needed. This was like the piece of news I needed in order to get me excited about this crossover, and it has definitely done that. It's just so interesting. I didn't expect it at all, but it's made me so hyped for this crossover. Just the idea of this character coming back and interacting with other characters, it's great. And he will be interacting with other characters. Grant Gustin, very, very recently, literally within the last hour, has come out and said that there will be a scene between the Flash and Superman, so that's going to be amazing. We're going to get Flash and Superman interacting with each other in the crossover, and I'm sure we'll see him interact with Oliver. I'm sure we'll see him interact, of course, with Kara. It's going to be such a great moment to see all these characters come together, you know, in front of Superman. You know, this is Superman, who hasn't really had a massive presence in the Arrowverse, but the fact he's going to be brought in for this crossover is insane. It does get me thinking about what the threat of this crossover is truly going to be in order to bring in Superman. Like, why do we need Superman on top of Supergirl, the Flash, and Green Arrow and all of their lackeys? But either way, Superman's coming and I'm hyped. Now, it was not mentioned or confirmed for how long in the crossover he's going to be in it. Personally, I believe he's going to be in the last episode of the crossover, which coincidentally is the Supergirl episode. I believe he is going to show up there, just because, again, it's the Supergirl episode, it makes sense. Also, Superman, he's the weapon here, you know what I mean? Everyone else is the army, he's the tank, he is the weapon, he's the one you bring in when you need, you know, to bring the house down. And obviously, Supergirl being the 3rd episode, that's where the big final battle is going to take place. And in that big final battle, this is where you bring in the weapon of mass destruction. That is where you bring in Superman. So I feel like he is going to only show up in that last episode, maybe even for that last final battle. In fact, no, I don't think he will be in that. I think he will be in more of that. But I think it's a great idea just to bring in Superman and have him be the weapon, you know, when just, you know, when you just need him, when everything's going wrong, you just need a weapon, you bring in Superman. And I think that's a great idea. So to bring him in the last episode of the crossover, the Supergirl episode, just fits perfectly. Also, it was confirmed that we will also be seeing Lois Lane in this crossover, which is fantastic news. We haven't had Lois Lane in the Arrowverse yet at all. We've had Lucy Lane on Supergirl, who is her sister or her cousin. I don't quite remember which one it was. And she was in Season 1, I believe. But we actually are officially getting Lois Lane, which is great. I can't wait to see Clark and Lois interact. I believe Lois has been name-dropped, but I don't think we've ever actually seen her. Well, we definitely haven't seen her. But I believe she has been name-dropped by Clark himself. But it's going to be really awesome just to see Clark and Lois interact once again on the CW. That's like a really big fan moment. And also just having Lois there alongside Superman makes a lot of sense. And it's going to be a really good thing for DC fans to see that. There's no word on the casting of Lois Lane just yet. I'm sure we will get that rather soon. But the fact we are getting Lois in this crossover alongside Superman is a great thing to hear. what do you guys think about Superman and also Lois Lane coming to the upcoming crossover? Does it make you more hyped, or are you a bit more reserved about it? Make sure you let me know all your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Like I said, I'm very excited about this. This was like the news I needed to get me more hyped for this crossover, because as I said earlier, you know, with the Legends not being in it and the Batgirl cast, or the Batwoman casting, I really wasn't as hyped for this crossover as I was for Invasion or Crisis on Earth X. So to really get me hyped for this crossover, I needed something big, and this is truly it. It came completely out of left field. It was the last thing I could have predicted for this crossover, is having Superman there. But the fact he is there is the best news, and I'm so happy to see this happen. So make sure you let me know all your thoughts about Superman in the crossover in the comment section down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It will help me out a lot. And share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV, and get them to join the community. And as always guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Black Lightning. And with all that said guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.